In the wild, humans are not always the ones in control. Just one small mistake is enough to turn us into prey. What you're about to see are real moments where survival instincts collide directly with wild animals. No warnings, no second chances. A moment in the arena where confidence met reality with horns. The man got too close, believing he could control the situation, but the wild bull had no part in that script. Just one slow beat, and he became an unwilling passenger on a powerful toss. The peaceful boat trip ended the moment a mother elephant decided the distance was unacceptable. Her ears spread wide, her head lowered. The warning signs were clear, yet no one backed away. Just seconds later, she charged and flipped the canoe. A woman fell into the water, and in a breath-stopping moment, the elephant nearly pushed her under in the middle of the swamp. On one side was a mother's protective instinct. On the other, nothing but sheer luck to survive. In the dusty darkness of the night, the rhino suddenly charged first, trying to seize the advantage. But just seconds later, the elephant reacted immediately, rushing forward with overwhelming power. Losing its edge, the rhino quickly realized this wasn't a good matchup and turned to flee. Sometimes striking first isn't the smartest decision after all. This road was no longer meant for vehicles, it had become the elephant's domain. Every passing car faced its own durability test, delivered in the most direct way. No warnings, just action. Inside, the drivers had almost no choice but to stay silent and figure out how to leave before it was too late. On a sunny beach, where there should have only been waves and laughter, an uninvited guest appeared, the wild bull. The Tourada-style festival in Portugal turned the relaxing scene into an adrenaline-filled playground, where participants had to dodge, run, or fly into the air on wooden seesaws. At first, it might look funny until you realize your opponent weighs several hundred kilos and has no sense of humor. One slow move, and a player could become a moving target. Sudden charges, unpredictable directions, and proximity so close you can hear the bull's breathing. But it's precisely this danger that creates the thrill. A game where the reward is laughter and the penalty is a lesson you'll never forget. Images like these are often misinterpreted as wildlife friendly. In reality, this is one of the highest risk situations. A python doesn't need to attack aggressively. Just a tight coil for a few seconds is enough to cause serious danger. The window had barely rolled up when the elephant approached, but clearly the thin glass was no match for its strength. With a single shove, everything shattered instantly in front of the massive creature. An elephant appeared in the middle of a residential area, and the crowd instantly turned it into a public spectacle. Phones went up, people shouted and gathered closer. But no one realized the animal was being pushed to its limit. It wasn't there to perform. It was stressed, surrounded, and losing control by the second. In situations like this, the question isn't if something will happen, it's when it will happen. The safari seemed peaceful until the true owner of the territory showed up. A massive bull elephant slowly approached, calm but calculating. The tourist just sat there, probably thinking, he looks friendly enough. Big mistake. In an instant, the situation escalated with a powerful charge straight into the VIP seats, right in the middle of the chaos. This wasn't a joke, but clearly someone forgot to read the Elephant Etiquette Handbook. Perhaps he didn't fully realize what could happen when standing a little too close to a giraffe. He decided to take a bold risk just once, and this time the brave player managed to run away just in time before ending up flattened under the giraffe's massive feet. It was no longer a chance encounter. Everything quickly escalated into a dangerous situation. The elephant advanced, each heavy step radiating pressure as if controlling the entire space. People around began to panic, but the distance was no longer safe. In that moment, there was no room for mistakes. When wild instincts awaken, humans are always at a disadvantage. A peaceful morning in the village was suddenly shattered when a massive wild elephant appeared right at a family's front gate. Without hesitation, it smashed through the fence and stepped straight into human space. The camera captured the entire moment as the giant moved deeper inside, making everything around it look tiny. There was no warning, no time to prepare, only the sound of breaking wood and heavy footsteps. In that instant, the boundary between nature and human life completely disappeared. A lively festival in Kerala suddenly switched moods when an elephant decided not to cooperate. Losing control amid the noisy crowd, it began showing its strength by flipping a few vehicles to make more space. The locals wisely retreated. Maybe it was the noise, the heat, or simply not its day. Luckily, things calmed down before chaos went too far. He walked closer to the elephant just to get the perfect photo, but the animal clearly didn't care about that. Its ears spread wide, its body tensed. Clear signs it was ready to react. Fortunately, the elephant suddenly turned and walked back into the forest before things went out of control. But not every encounter between humans and wildlife ends this gently. Raiding a vehicle for food is never really elephant behavior, but this time it decided to break the rules. Its trunk stretched calmly but with undeniable force into the car. Laughter quickly turned to panic. Within seconds, the tourists had no choice but to exit the vehicle before the situation spiraled completely out of control. Traffic jam wasn't stressful enough, so Mr. Elephant showed up to give everyone a free vehicle inspection. One powerful bump and nobody felt sleepy anymore. If it were you, would you stay perfectly still or make a very quick exit right away? It looks like the lion was searching for food after the driver abandoned the vehicle and walked away. The moment it curiously explored the car made many people laugh, like an uninvited guest dropping by. But if someone had still been inside, the story might have turned out very differently, and the sound you heard wouldn't have been laughter anymore. The dirt road that once seemed safe suddenly turned into private territory when a bull rhino appeared. Within seconds, it charged straight at the vehicle without hesitation. Dust filled the air as the driver had no choice but to retreat quickly. Clearly today, the driver wasn't the one deciding the direction. And clearly, in situations like this, luck doesn't always show up. This vehicle eventually became a victim of the rhino's aggression. A quiet afternoon by the water, until the invisible predator appeared beneath the murky surface. This time it picked the wrong target. The elephant didn't panic, it reacted. Fast, decisive, and incredibly heavy. Within seconds, the hidden threat became the one retreating. In nature, sometimes you don't need to be fiercer, just heavier. The man seemed to be trying to negotiate with an elephant that was becoming increasingly angry. He spoke in a calm, almost gentle tone, trying to reassure the tense animal. Surprisingly, it worked. The elephant paused, hesitated for a few seconds, then turned and walked away. The whole group breathed a sigh of relief because nature doesn't always choose to listen like that. Two vehicles got stuck in the middle of a herd of elephants crossing the road. Curious, one of the elephants decided to flip everything around. In the distance, another car kept honking, seemingly trying to distract the herd. But in front of a stressed elephant, a few honks were probably just background noise in a situation no one could control. A normal bike ride until a professional sprinter appeared from behind. No horn, no warning, just pure speed. The ostrich charged as if it absolutely had to win this race. And in that moment, the rider realized they were no longer exercising, but suddenly caught in an unplanned chase. The vehicle ahead slowed down, then came to a complete stop. Not because of the road, but because the true master had arrived. The elephant stepped into the path, slow but commanding. No growls needed, just standing there made every wheel hesitate. And in that moment, everyone understood. This wasn't just a ride, but a lesson in respecting nature. The vehicle was no longer a means of transport, it had become prey. As the wheels rolled, the hunting instinct awoke, and the tigers had begun their chase. Clearly, no one dared step out of this armored vehicle, the only barrier between them and the rising predator instincts just outside. Tigers often hunt large prey like deer because they fulfill the main nutritional needs of this apex predator. In just a single moment of distraction, the sambar deer became the target of the king of the forest, charging at full hunting mode. The lightning-fast chase left the entire jungle holding its breath. A seemingly normal moment on a quiet road in Sri Lanka suddenly turned into an unbelievably real scene. A massive elephant appeared out of nowhere, ignoring traffic rules and needing no license. The unlucky motorbike became its victim, mercilessly trampled. Meanwhile, bystanders scattered. Nobody wanted to argue with a multi-ton road user. Fortunately, no one was hurt. But in this situation, the elephant clearly had absolute right-of-way. A massive rhino suddenly dropped by unannounced in a Nepalese town, charging down the streets and sending motorcycles spinning like they were in a driving test. Locals panicked, dodging left and right, while the multi-ton guest strolled along as if it were just a morning market walk. A sightseeing trip the whole town won't forget. A buffalo is being chased by lions, and in a life-or-death moment, it chooses an unexpected solution, charging straight into the nearest vehicle. The impact shakes the entire car. Tourists panic, while the buffalo presses close as if searching for support. It's not an attack, it's a desperate escape. Sometimes in the wild, you're not just a spectator, you become an unwilling shield. Most people see a bear in the forest and keep their distance. This man does the opposite, sneaks up and kicks it. The result comes faster than expected. The bear doesn't hesitate, turns around, handles it swiftly, then walks away. Nature isn't always gentle, but this time someone clearly asked for trouble. These attacks aren't just accidents. They're a reminder that nature always operates by its own rules. Understanding them isn't just about knowing, it's about surviving. Follow the channel to explore more stories of instinct and the fine line between life and death.